Hi, everyone. My name is Skyla Ramirez. Welcome to our Yoga for Everybody session today. Let's get started. Let's jump up. Go ahead and establish a nice, comfortable foundation with the soles of your feet, bringing the feet to about the width of either your pelvis bones or your hips to begin today. From here, let's place both hands on the belly as we focus on the breath for at least 1 minute. Lower your chin as you inhale, push your stomach out. And then exhale, pull the stomach muscles in. So actively pushing through that abdominal wall as you inhale. And then pulling the stomach muscles in as you exhale. So naturally, our exhale is usually passive and we don't have to pull the stomach muscles in, but we're adding in just that little extra belly contraction in to help flush out and detox the body. Inhale, push the stomach out. That can be especially challenging if we've had to sit a lot today. We want to get the stomach muscles active with the breath. And then exhale, pull it in. Inhale in through your nose, belly out. Exhale from the throat, belly in. 2 more. Inhale, belly out. Belly in. 1 more. Big breath in. Push the stomach out. And then pull it in. From here, checking again with those feet at hips width. Let's open the palms of the hands. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up and overhead. Big breath in. Exhale, palms forward. Pull them back and around. Let's just do a few big sweeping movements. Circle sweeping with the arms as we inhale. Palms forward, circle sweeping back. Gently beginning to open up the chest and strengthen the muscles behind the heart, improving posture. Inhale up. Palms forward, exhale back. Inhale up. Notice at the top of the breath, you can reach just a little more. Reach it up and then exhale back. Let's add on to that. Inhale, shifting those arms up towards the sky, lifting the heels, maybe even looking up somewhere to where the wall meets the ceiling or looking straight up to the ceiling. Inhale, reach it up a little more, maybe a little higher on the heels. Drop the heels. Exhale, swan dive halfway, bringing the arms out beside us. Hips are pushing back, lowering the chest and the head just a little bit, keeping the back flat, bending those knees deep so that we protect our low backs. Let's place our hands on the thighs while we're here. Slowly beginning to pull the sternum up. Big inhale. Exhale, relax your heart and sternum. Shake the head, shake it, yes. And now turn it left and right. From here, come up with the spine, flat back, arms release behind us, reverse swan dive, big inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms back. From here, bring your palms up in front of you at shoulder height. Let's bend our knees and push the hips back, coming into a more conservative chair expression to work on strengthening the muscles in the hips, the thighs, the spine, and pelvis. Pull the hands back, inhale, circle, sweep up. Option to shift forward, lift the heels, look up. Dropping the heels, swan dive, forward fold. Hands to the thighs, hips go back. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale, relax all the way down. Shake out the head and neck. Draw the hands up onto the thighs, flat back, reverse swan dive, bring it up. Sweeping the arms around and back, circle sweep, palms up, push the hips back, chair pose. Let's go through that sequence 1 more time. Inhale, arms up and overhead, big reach. Shifting forward, lifting the heels, looking up to the ceiling. Dropping the heels, exhale, swan dive, hands to the thighs, flat back. From here, inhale, prop up your heart. Then exhale, relax everything forward. Shake out the neck and the head. Come up halfway again. Arms go out to the side, reverse swan dive. Circle, sweep the arms back and around, palms up, pushing the hips back, finding chair pose. From here, inhale, circle, sweeping arms overhead. Let's keep our hands reaching towards the sky. Touch your toes together. Now, depending on what kind of shoes you have on, this may affect the width of the feet, but for most of us, as long as our toes are touching, we might keep a little bit of space between the heels, but we're going to have those thigh bones coming into the midline. So we're trying to stretch the outer hip now. When you're ready, sweep over to the left with your arms, lower the hands down. So you're reaching back with that left hand, knuckles by the low back. Slide that left hand toward your right hip. Reach the right arm across to your left hip and maybe adjust your own hips. Push your left hip forward, press that right hip back. So we're twisting to the left and the left hip is pressing forward while the left shoulder goes back. Hold that for at least a couple easy breaths. The breath is going to be shallow here because we are deeply contracted. Inhale, bring the arms overhead, reaching straight up, finding a little bit of symmetry in the body as we reach. Maybe even lifting the heels again, working with our center of gravity. Press your hips just a little bit forward and look up towards the sky. Big inhale. Let's drop the heels. Exhale, twist to the right, dropping the hands. Left hand is touching the right hip. Right hand, turn the thumb down. Knuckles are sliding along the low back. Possibly that right hand is slid back by the left hip. Let's press our right hip forward while the right shoulder goes back. Push your left hip back, right hip forward. Holding it here in a deep twist to detox the body. When you're ready, inhale both arms up, coming out of that twist. Holding here, find a little bit of symmetry, shift forward, lift the heels, reach towards the sky, look up, thrust the hips forward, big breath in. Exhale, twist it over to the left. One more time. Left hand, knuckles are by the low back on the right hip. Right hand is reaching across. Now, if you want to change it up this time, while we're pressing that left shoulder back, left hip forward, option to reach your right arm straight up towards the sky and maybe even reach it back over your head. So you're doing this big twist with the right arm extended, twisting to the left, right arm extended, and you're reaching back over your ear and over your head. Breathe into that upper right lung and breathe into that space under your right armpit. Big inhale. Exhale, both arms come down. Let's come to center. Inhale, both arms up and overhead. Exhale, twist over to the right, both arms down to begin. Sliding the knuckles of the right hand along the low back. Right shoulder goes back, right hip presses forward. This is accentuating, exaggerating that twist. Extending that left arm straight up and overhead. Maybe pressing over the crown of the head. Continue to pull that right shoulder back while the right hip presses forward. Breathe into the upper part of your left lung. Big inhale. And now exhale, both hands down. Let's bring it to center. Finding neutral spine, finding symmetry. Inhaling arms overhead, big breath in. Exhale, sweep them back, big circle. Let's do 2 more circles with the arms. Inhale up. Exhale back and around. Rotating through those shoulder cuffs, lots of rotator cuff work. Inhale, reach up. Pumps forward, sweep it back. Let's bring our hands onto the hips for balance. Take the feet out to the width of the pelvis bones. So we could be a little wider here if it's more comfortable. I will say before we begin this sequence, if you know that your back or your hips are tight, if you know they're tight, bring the feet in closer. This will create a better foundation, a better setup for the bones to move with your ligaments and tendons. Let's bring the hands at those waists, secure the foundation. Step your left foot back, just a very casual walking stride, keeping both knees bent. We're setting that left heel down, keeping both knees softly bent. From here, seeing that both toes are forward with our knees bent, We can bend that left knee a little more. Push your hips back and start to straighten just the right leg, pulling up your right toes. The more we lean forward, the more we may start to feel that stretch running up the back of our right leg, stretching through your Achilles tendon, calves, back of the knee. Inhale, keep the spine long. Exhale, soften the body. One more. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, soften. From here, let's place our right toe down. Straighten the right leg. Straighten the left leg. Bend the right knee. Right knee is bent, left leg is straight, and the stride is very short, very conservative. Notice that you want to have both toes forward, both heels back for this. Let's inhale the arms up and overhead. Keep pressing into the inside blades of your feet. Keep that bend in the right knee. Exhale, swan diving, putting both hands down on that right thigh. Let's take our right knuckles to the low back and start to feel that your left hip is turning in. So you're going to feel a little twist in your low back and sacrum. Push the left hip in towards your right thigh. Left hand is on that right thigh. Inhale, draw your right shoulder back and start to twist towards the right, swiveling at your waistline. Keep pressing into the inside blades of the feet, keeping that right knee bent and that left leg straight. We push back really hard into the left heel. We're attempting to make some space, not only in that low back lumbar region and outer hip, but also around the sacrum and SI joint. From here, slowly come around to center. Easy does it when we swivel that hips. Let's shake it out. All right, we're gonna find our setup on the other side. Again, we are working that outer hip and detoxing with the gut. So let's start with our feet at the width of the hips, or if your hips are very tight, bring it in a little bit. So we still have some space between the toes and the heels. From here, hands on the hips for support. Let's step our right foot back, just a very casual walking stride. Both toes are forward, both knees bent. With both knees bent, we can start to lean back and flatten that right foot, keeping that gentle bend in the knees, a low center of gravity. From here, inhale, pull out through your heart. Start to straighten the left leg, keeping a bend in the right knee. Lift the left foot or the left toes off the ground. Dig into that left heel. Start pushing your hips back a little more while that left toe is coming up off the ground, creating a nice big calf stretch all the way up behind the knees. Sometimes when we sit for a while, those muscles, those connections behind the knees can get really stuck, and then we stand up. And sometimes that's what brings us back pain. It's not even that it's anything in the back, it's the knee joint pulling on the back. Hold it here, inhale, come up a little. Exhale, soften your body. One more, inhale, come up. Exhale, soften. From here, let's lower that left toe, bend both knees again. Slowly rising up, we're straightening our right leg this time and keeping a heavy bend in that left knee. Inhaling, arms overhead. Casual warrior one. Exhale, swan dive, both hands coming down onto that left thigh. Let's tuck the knuckles of the left hand into our low back. At this point, start to feel that your right hip is pressing in. So we want to feel a little bit of a twist or a turn in with that right hip towards your left knee. Keeping that right hand across the body, supporting the spine. Drawing that left shoulder back. Push that right hip in. And maybe look over your left shoulder. Holding our twist. This is just a really kind, casual expression of a revolved, angled pose or a revolved triangle pose. Inhale into that upper left lung. Exhale, slowly unwind the trunk of the body, bring it to center. Let's step forward and shake off the legs. All right, let's get a little more into this outer hip that wraps up into your low back region. Take your toes out and see that the edges of the feet would be flush to a flat wall. If you were by a wall, we'd want the edges of the feet to line up completely flat to the baseboards of a wall. It may look like the toes are turned in a little bit. That's what we want. That's a sign that our upper leg bones are probably rotating into. We want to manipulate that hip joint a little bit today, relaxing your low back, strengthening the pelvic floor. From here, let's bring our hands to the waist as we hold our foundation. Check in to make sure those knees are not locked out. We want to keep healthy circulation in that knee joint. As you inhale, pull your elbows back. Let your chest and your ribs sort of jut forward. Open up through the heart. Breathe into the center heart space. Lift your ribs. Open the throat. On the exhale, drop your ribs. Relax your chest and drop your chin to the chest. Inhale into the center chest. Lift your chin. Open the throat. Maybe even look up at the ceiling for a moment. As we exhale, we relax the ribs, chest, relax the chin and the head. One more big breath into the center chest. Pull the elbows back, open the throat, look up. Exhale, relax your ribs, chest, chin to the chest. From here, let's take our toes out and the heels in, bending the knees into a plie type position. Let's open the arms up, keeping those elbows bent while the knees are bent. Inhale, reach it straight up overhead. Exhale, bring it straight down. Slowing down on the exhale. Inhale, pop it up. Exhale, slowly down. It's like you're trying to pull down window blinds, nice and slow. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, slowly down, pulling down that energy, pushing the hips back. Two more. Inhale, big breath, pop it up. Exhale, pull it down. Just one more. Inhale, pop it up. And then exhale, pull it down. Let's hold it in the down position. Flip the palms up. Twist at your waist to the right. Turning to the right. Push your left hip back. So as we twist to the right, pushing the left hip back. Or when you twist to the right, push your right hip forward, right shoulder back. We're acknowledging these opposite forces that are coming together to accentuate our twist and our detox. Bring it to center. Pull the arms up and overhead. Pop it up. Exhale, pull it down. Hold it here. Palms up. Take a breath in place. Exhale, twist it to the left. Pull that left shoulder back. Press your left hip forward, right hip back. Maybe even looking back and over that left shoulder, working not only with our neck and head mobility, but that connects to the shoulder mobility also. And it connects to energies in the eyes. So looking back. Inhale, bring it up, pop it up overhead. 5-pointed star, legs are straight, arms are straight. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees. Flip the palms up and twist to the right. Right hip forward, right shoulder back. Inhale, bring it up. Both legs are straight, arms are straight. Exhale, bring it down, palms up. Twist it to the left. Left shoulder back, left hip forward. Inhale, up. One more each side. Exhale, bring it down, palms up, twist to the right. Push that left hip back. Inhale, bring it up. It's our last twist. Exhale, bring it down, palms up, twist to the left. Push that left hip forward, left shoulder back. Inhale, bring it up. Nice big breath in. Exhale, swan dive, bend the knees. Push the hips back. We're still in that plie position with the toes out and the heels in. From this position with our spine supported, turn the toes forward keeping a little bend in the knee. And now slowly begin to straighten the legs, which is going to create a lift in the buttocks, and it is going to stretch behind the knees and the thighs. Let's shift our weight forward so that most of our weight is in the front of the foot. Holding it here. Shake your head, yes. Turn the head left and right. To safely come out of this, we're walking the hands up to our thighs, using our low back muscles for support, and now inch those feet in closer together. Go ahead and shake off those legs. All right, let's move into that deep outer hip and back stretch. We have worked so much around this glute medius and quadratic lumboris area today. We have a final stretch to break down on left and right. That's really going to just put the icing on the cake with this. So for this one, I am going to turn a little bit over to the side. If you touch your heels together and open your toes out, so it'll be a plie position, toes out, heels in. You're going to bend the knees just a little bit. From here, hands are onto the hips or the waist for balance. Let's lift our left heel, keeping a bend in that right knee. From here, sweep your left foot behind the right heel. And now straighten that left leg, keeping a bend in the right knee. So as you bend your right knee, it's going to go out towards the right toe, and then the left leg is straight. From here, we're standing nice and tall, left leg back, right knee is bent. When you're ready, take your left hand, bring it up onto your shoulder joint. If you've been having any tightness in your rotator cuff, open it up, sweep it around, and then touch that shoulder joint. From here, keep bending the right knee. Push that right hip with your right hand. Let that left hip push out to the side. On the next inhale, reach straight up with that left arm. And maybe press that left arm over your head. So we are stretching all the way back from that left heel, the arch of the foot, the ligaments, tendons, fascial networks that go through your ribs, deep into the spine, over the head, even to the tips of those left fingertips. Looking up just for a moment to the inside of your left arm. Big inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, inhale through center. Slowly lower that hand. And let's take our time to bend our knees, lean forward. Left leg comes forward, shake off the legs. All right, let's do the right side. Plie position to start. Toes out, heels in, knees bent, hips back a little bit. Let's lift our right heel. Sweep the right toe behind that left heel. Keep that left knee bent. Straighten the right leg this time. Let the energy push into your right hip. So you have your left hand on your left hip. Push into the left hip. So the right hip just kind of juts out to the side. Let's circle that right arm back, patting ourselves on the back with our right hand. Open up through the rib, pull from the armpit. On your next inhale, reach the right arm straight up. Leaning over just a little bit, breathing into that upper right lung. Stretching from the right heel through the back of the right knee, up to the hip. Through all of the muscles and fascia in your head to the tips of the right hand. One more big inhale, reach. And now exhale, bring it through center. Slowly lower that right hand down. Let's shake off the arms and shake off the legs. All right, in closing, we do have one of our breathing techniques that was introduced in the beginning of the month. It is a double inhale with a very hard forced exhale. So for this breathing technique, there are arm movements that you're welcome to put into it. It looks like this. So it's 2 inhales, 1 hard exhale, and the arms are optional. So from standing or seated, let's take it forward or open it up. Big inhale, take it up and take it down. Open, up, down. Let's try 5 of them fast. Exhale all the way. And go. Two more. Last one. And then relax. Shoulders are down and back. Let's take the fingers together. Shoulders are down and back. Middle fingers are going to hook. Pull real hard with your middle fingers. They can be up by your chest, down by your belly. Really, the placement is really dependent upon what's comfortable for you. Pull on those two middle fingers like two links in a chain, and you are testing the strength on those links. Pull as hard as you can. This is just one way to wake up the energy channels that move into your shoulders, into your throat, and up to your brain. So this has the potential to be, maybe it can replace your afternoon Starbucks, maybe not. Pull a little tighter, inhale, exhale, two more. Last one. And from here, relax those hands, wiggle your fingers, roll out the wrists. Take the hands down, look left and right just with your eyes, without moving the head, left and right, now up and down, without moving the head. And now relax your eyes, close the eyes, put both hands over the chest to close, breathe into your heart. One more like that. From here, noticing any tension in your jaw or eyes, try to soften your body. Thank you so much for joining me today for our midday yoga break. Namaste. Go enjoy the rest of your beautiful spring day.